What's up, guys? This is Chris Labash. Onto another build. Getting trying to go a little mixy matchy on this one. So I started. I ended up picking up a Stampede 4-wheel drive. And you know what? I had a lot of extra stuff laying around, so I'm kind of getting a little innovative in this one. Might get a lot of hating on it, might not, but I'm kind of just looking for some input on what to do next from here. So we got the front of the Stampede, right? And as you can see, there are some Armor Crane 4S shocks on there. Haven't tried them out yet. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. It may be way too much. I mean, they're pulling on the arms down already. They're probably a little long. They're not much longer. But, I am also trying to add a lot of power and a lot of weight. So, it could be pretty good. So, right now, we got the rear of the truck off, and I'm trying to decide and looking for some input on the slipper. Hobby Wing ESC, so I want to run 4S. It's 120 amp ESC Hobby Wing. So the cheapest way to do it is let's run a slipper eliminator. Probably the safest way and the most tunable way, let's pick up the $68 aluminum center diff, or pick up the plastic $40 center diff. Now it's not or the other last option, the one-way hot racing center diff. Now that means going forward it acts like a center diff. Tunable, but in braking and in reverse you have a regular front freewheeling front diff. So that's why it's called the one-way center diff, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, that's actually beneficial to when you let off power to have a freewheeling front differential. I mean, if I put a slipper eliminator, that's definitely going to affect turning 100% because there's going to be no slipping and the turning will just be a disaster. So I hate when I flip over a truck and it's a mile away, so that's why I'm leaning towards getting a center diff, but that requires to ask about how many of you have blown up the plastic center diff, and probably putting 200 to 500k in the center, definitely running that kind of power. Now I run 200k in my Outcast 6S, so on this, I mean, the diffs are different. They're not made for that kind of power, but they are all steel diffs or aluminum diffs. Drive shafts are done. All the parts that need to be metal are aluminum already. I put all the TRX in the front and the receiver boxes in the front. But if I throw this in there, which I really want to do, it doesn't really fit, but I want the KV of this motor. I want it to flop the trigger and backflip. I want to, make it the best, and not make it the best. Make it to put the biggest smile on my face. So that's always the goal for me. Now, I have not run a center diff in a Traxxas except for my 16th scale E-Revo, which, when I did so, let me show you. Well, I can't show you center diff, but the truck became a complete animal. And now, I love this thing. Alright? And, I did a lot to it. Obviously, it's stretched out because it flipped over easy. The shocks are fully upgraded. The tranny is fully aluminum. The spur is full aluminum. The fan is great. Run 3S on it, and the fan's cool. The fan's a tornado, so and it has this little vent right here on the side, so you just tip it towards the ESC, and you could cool the ESC and the motor down. It's really good. And I got the hot racing. There's just a ton of stuff done to this. And I got the hot racing links, as you can see, and I got the Integrity center and the hot racing rear with the removable wheelie bar, and I did break the hot racing front piece, which is right here. So yeah, I'm trying to deal with them. I'm trying to get this sent to me because it's actually improved since the coronavirus. Everything's done through the email, and you email Hot Racing now and show them your part and fight back and forth for a bit, and they will, send you out a new one. RPM, on the other hand, is way easier to deal with, but Hot Racing is becoming more reasonable. Before it was super tough. They didn't respond. They didn't. It was a pain in the ass with Hot Racing for a while. But now, I don't know if I've emailed them, 10 times now that they've actually are getting to know me and know how much I put into my vehicles. I'm not sure, but to put the crate anyway. So that's the Revo. She's stretched out, 20 millimeters on each side. Hot Racing cup differentials built front and rear. And now you with the extension, you can kind of see my my pretty calipers and rotors. Yeah, I had to get them. Well, they were $8. $8 or two. Why not, right? And then the hot racing. Ends all four of those. So now she's kind of unbreakable. The only thing I keep breaking is body post mounts, which they do sell. Integi makes them for $30, but I bought another one today for $4.99. So I don't know. I'm not gonna spend $30 for a piece of plastic that holds a body on. So, yeah, I mean, I love this thing. It's the perfect vehicle for like around the house, in the yard. You know, you don't have to go to a track. Even though at the track, this thing is a blast too. Anywhere. It's just, you could bring it anywhere and have a great time with it. It's completely nuts. It'll straight up do donuts, and I have TSM on it, and just turn it off and go at it. But anyway, enough about that. You've seen this. I mean, if you want to see more, there's some front flips and back flips and all the goodies on that. The Outcast 6S is where it's supposed to be, so that's good. So now I want to do this Traxxas Stampede 4-wheel drive. Got rid of the motor, got rid of the ESC. Hobby Wing 120 max 10. So that's max 10. I usually get the max 8. So, you know, but I don't think this could handle 6S. If it can, then, you know, I'll pick one up. But I don't want to run a slipper anymore. It's starting to get annoying, and it's pretty much just locked right now. I want to run a center diff. It's just, you know, I'm hearing the plastic ones blow up, and I have not had the luxury of running this hot racing one-way center diff. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, once you let off, it turns into a regular regular front, which is good in cornering, which is good for racing when you're braking, that this is freewheeling. It's not locked. So pretty much I would rather pick up the hot racing one-way center diff than a locker, because there's about $10 difference, $15 difference. However, the Traxxas aluminum center diff is $68. And that is all the gearing, all the aluminum case cover, and 3 spur gear options. Which is nice, because I'm running a aluminum 50 tooth Integi spur gear right now. And today I had to change out this lovely body mount because the previous owner had this screw in backwards. So I took out the motor and was going through the truck and went to just go put it back in, and it started spinning. And then there was also this, which I don't know how he pulled that off. I mean, the servo scraping it doesn't really even make sense. So I mean, this is what you get into when you pick up used stuff. But I'm not complaining. I got a great deal. So what I'm looking for is some comments on Traxxas Stampede 4x4 center diffs, which is the slash, the Rustler, they're all the same. And I would love to know about the hot racing one in particular. The one way, it's pretty much a one-way bearing. So when you're going into brakes, you're not using, I don't know, it might be better. The only thing I would worry about is off a jump. If the truck's like this and I hit the brakes, does it come down like I want it to, or are these wheels gonna stay spinning? I could see driving on a track and cornering where this could be very beneficial, because this wheel will spin faster than this one on the inside. So yes, that's great in cornering, but I'm sure if I hit the brakes, yeah, the truck will come back down. But I want to put power in it where, we could do some double backflips. So I want to put 2400 kV. It does not fit because they want this short motor in it, which fits, and this is the long motor. So there would be some modifying and find a way to mount the ESC up, because I would have to shave off those bolts that hold these two right here that hold the ESC on. I guess he was using this one and one of the servos to hold the ESC on. That's what it looks like here. So what I would do, honestly, I might take off the it looks like it'll slide right in there. Yeah, wow. That's a removable bottom plate. I just noticed that. Look at that. Removable bottom plate. I don't even have to cut those off. So, there we go. Plan into action. Take that plate off and taper in. Sweet. Alright, we are putting the Creighton motor in. This is 3900 kV dynamite motor. And it's already mod 8, so I'm good there. I did not know that plate. Alright guys, I just need to know about the center diff for Traxxas. I'm sure everybody's run them on their slashes. Traxxas just made an aluminum one, which they do have. I can go get it tomorrow. It's $68. The plastic one, they don't have, but I could spend $40. The hot racing one way bearing one is the cheapest, and I believe this spur gear will work on it. It will not work on the other center diff, so I will have to pick up a new spur gear. But the plastic one comes with 3 spur gears. The metal one just comes with 1 spur gear, and I'm not sure how many teeth it is, but we'll compensate for that after. So yeah, I think the Creighton motor is going to be going in the Stampede. I do not have a Venoline motor here, or Millennium, or whatever you guys want to call it, Venoline. I sold that the other day, so I've been hanging on to this for so long that it's time. Gotta go in something. And I had a T-Max that it was going into. I bought the electric conversion kit, and I had the roller online, and I left it there, and that sold. And he took my Millennium motor because I told him it was a true vintage chassis, so I would keep it Traxxas in that case. But so to the upcoming build. The Creighton motor is going in the 4-wheel drive Stampede, and shock wise, I don't know. Don't hate on it too much because I didn't get to test that, so I got stock shock. So, and if we gotta upgrade the Traxxas shocks, that's fine too. I just wanted to see if these fit. They did. They're putting a little bit of downforce on droop. I mean, we're completely out of travel, so probably end up breaking a link. But with Traxxas shocks, I don't know. I mean, because it's very hard to get a chassis slap out of this. But with a 4S battery, the weight will be, or 2S I'll be running. I think I got laying around. Yeah, 252 milliamp, 75C. So I'll run 2S. I'll add weight to one side. And I do have extensions in 17s on 17mm hexes on this, so we can run backflips, mini Kawas, 4S backflips. That might be pretty sweet on these. And I have 6S backflips and 6S mini Kawas. So tire options are no issues here. I did tape these up and vent these, so they won't balloon as much now. They were ballooning like crazy because there's not much foam in these. They're pretty low pro, but they're pretty they're nothing special. I mean, with the power going through it, you probably have to re-glue after a little while. But I did build the diffs, I have 60,000 in the rear and like 80 in the front. So it's pretty solid. It's pretty smooth. Stock servo right now. I did have to change out the motor mount. But yeah, let me know about the center diff. Anybody? The hot racing one direction. Super curious about that. Or, you know, I'll probably just end up getting the Traxxas aluminum tomorrow. Because I took it apart this far to do the motor mount, so I wanted to get in here and see the slipper, and it is super tight, so it's almost like it's locked. So that's what kind of got me thinking of the locker, but on 4S I don't know what the Stampede can handle. So guys, if you want to comment, just let me know what you ran, biggest motor and KV in the Traxxas Stampede 4-wheel drive. I would greatly appreciate it. I did get dry shafts. They're in Teggy. Not a big fan of them. One broke already. I didn't purchase them. I would have gotten the cups. I would have gotten the Traxxas cups and put those in the diffs. But these are here right now, so just go break these or put stock ones back in, break those. What I don't want to break is rear or front diffs, so I'm looking for advice on this center. The locker will put a lot of pressure on the rear and the front diff, I know that. So I'm very curious about the hot racing one-way center diff. If anybody has run it, hasn't liked it, it's junk, don't buy it, please let me know. Then I'll go grab the Traxxas aluminum center diff, and we'll probably run 200 to 500k. I don't know, we'll tune it, and then we'll figure out what shocks we're gonna put on it and send her off. So this is Crystal Dash. Let me know. Thanks guys. Check you later.